The circuit we are building here is fairly complex, so I'd like to show you how to do it and give you a little tip. You'll see that we have two batteries, both in a line, connected to a switch. But I've taken all the wires off because the way in which you arrange the wires is pretty important. First, I'm going to take a brown wire and attach it to the post that the switch is on and this post here. From this point on, we're going to use these green wires to connect post to post, and then green wires to connect post to post. This makes it easy to put light bulbs on and off as we measure various components in the circuit. And at this point, I want to attach the light bulbs between these posts and kind of make a ladder. And now I have the circuit built. I will turn it on and see that all the light bulbs light up, knowing that I've built a complete circuit. The first characteristic to measure is voltage. And now I can touch it at various places to measure the voltages. For example, if I touch here and here, I'm measuring the voltage of all of the batteries, all of the light bulbs as it goes around. But if I want to measure the voltage of light bulb 1, I can touch this post and this post. If I want to measure the voltage of light bulb 2, I can touch this post and this post. And if I want to measure the voltage of light bulb 3, I can touch this post and this post. In order to measure current, I'm going to change the selector switch from voltage down to milliamps, and I'll see that the meter starts screaming at me. I'm going to take the red lead out and put it in the port that is all lit up and push until I don't get a light anymore. At this point, I can start measuring current, but this is really important. I need to open up the circuit in order to measure current. And if I wanted to know the total current of the circuit, I would touch here and here on the switch. If the light bulbs light up, I know that I'm doing it correctly. In order to measure the current at just light bulb 1, I don't want to affect the circuit 2 and 3. So I'm going to pull the light bulb from the post and just measure the current at light bulb 1. I'm going to touch here and here. If the light bulb lights up, I know I'm doing it correctly. If I want to measure light bulb 2, I'm going to remove it from the circuit and measure here and here. If the light bulb lights up, I know I'm doing it correctly. If I want to measure light bulb 3, I'm going to take it off the circuit and I'm going to touch here and here. If the light bulb lights up, I know I'm doing it correctly. The last characteristic I would like to measure is resistance. Now this is important. Resistance, you cannot have electrons flowing. So I'm going to turn off my my circuit. In order to measure resistance, I'm going to move the selector switch to resistance. My meter is screaming at me. I'm going to pull the lead and put it in the lit up port. In order to measure the total resistance, I'm going to measure from this post to this post, and that measures the resistance of all of the circuits, of all of the light bulbs. But if I want to measure light bulb 1, I'm going to take it out of the circuit and measure its resistance alone. If I want to measure the resistance of light bulb 2, I'm going to take it out of the circuit and measure its resistance alone. And if I want to measure the resistance of light bulb 3, I'm going to take it out of the circuit and measure its resistance alone.